Now that we talked about the various subjects in RxDart, we can see how to use one of them in our time tracking application. And earlier on in this course, we have created this page to sign in with email and password, and we have created one implementation of it that uses a block. So what we are going to do is to modify this email sign-in block class to use a behavior subject rather than a stream controller. And this way we will see how to use behavior subject in practice. Okay, so to start off, I'm going to create a final underscore model subject, and I'm going to create it as a behavior subject of type email sign in model, like this. And one thing that I want to point out right away is that when we create a behavior subject, we can choose to specify an initial value for the string, and this is also called a seed. So we can do this by typing .seeded like this, and we can pass an email sign in model object to this argument. And now that we have done this, we no longer need this stream controller. And next we need to define the model stream. And all we have to do here is to replace this model controller.stream with model subject.stream, like this. And by the way, one thing that I forgot to mention is that when we return streams with RxDart, then the actual type that is returned is an observable. And I can do this because observable is a subclass of stream that offers some functionality in addition to what stream does. So if you want to learn more about observable, then you can read up the documentation. But for this use case, a stream is enough for us, and we can use a stream as a type here. And of course, I also want to update the dispose method to close the model subject rather than the model controller. Next, we need to define a model to represent the current value on the stream. And this is where things get interesting, because with the previous implementation, we were keeping track of the model as an explicit instance variable in this class. And we were updating this with the updateWith method and adding the value to the controller. However, BehaviorSubject gives us a simpler way of doing this, and what we can do is to define the model as a getter variable, and here we're going to return model subject.value, like this. So what we have done with this change is to convert this from an instance variable to a getter variable, because the actual model is now available in the BehaviorSubject. And then in the updateWith method, we can change this code, and here we can type model subject.add, and we can pass the new model that we create with copy with. And as a result, we no longer need this line, because by doing this, we compute the new model and we add it to the stream. And we can do that because the latest value is always stored inside the behavior subject itself. By the way, BehaviorSubject offers a shorthand syntax that we can use to update the model and add it to the stream. And we can do that by typing model subject.value equals and then model.copyWith. And this is equivalent to adding the value to the stream. So if you prefer, you can use this syntax instead. In summary, we have seen a practical application of BehaviorSubject, and this use case was a good fit because we were already storing the last value on the stream explicitly. And by using BehaviorSubject, we can reduce the boilerplate code that we need in order to achieve this. So if you want, you can test this code and you will see that the form still works as expected. Okay, so let's continue on the next video.